As Tuesday comes to an end, time is running out for you to vote for who you think should make the ArtPrize Top 10. First round voting ends tomorrow at midnight.
Last night we told you about several different ArtPrize pieces that all had the same voting number posted in front of them. Tonight we wanted to learn a little bit more about ArtPrize's voting security overall, especially when you go to register to vote.
24-hour News 8's Danny Carlson spoke with ArtPrize officials about the voter registration process, and she joins us live tonight. Danny?
Well, Sue and Brian, first of all, let me set the scene a little bit for you guys and tell you where we are. We're live right along the banks of the Grand River, and this giant piece is one we just found tonight. It's called Portal. Now, those problems that we talked about, that we told you about as the anchors were just telling you, had to do with the numbers that are in front of pieces like this that say if you want to vote up for the artist or down for the artist. Now, the problem only happens when the artists create these pieces for themselves, so that does create a small window of error. We asked the ArtPrize officials tonight, if there is a window of error for this, what does that mean about the information that you turn over when you're registering to vote?
Our daughter is an ArtPrize this year.
Ellen Carlson happily handed over her driver's license and email address, not even thinking twice about it, saying it's a small price to pay to vote in ArtPrize, especially if that means she gets to vote for her daughter.
I didn't mind at all giving my ID, and that makes it fair to make sure that, you know, people are just voting one time. I'm sure it's secure, and I'm not too worried about it.
We want to make sure that people have, you know, a great love for the ArtPrize organization, and we know the easiest way to lose that is by in any way compromising that information.
ArtPrize says they promise the information you give them stops right here, saying as soon as it's entered into their system, even they can't see it. But why do you even have to hand over your ID in the first place?
I have to start from the beginning. Yep. So what do I do?
Officials tell us it's to make sure you are who you say you are, and you only get to vote once. And if it seems like a bit of security overkill, remember there is nearly $500,000 in prize money up for grabs, meaning the potential for fraud is high.
The vote is absolutely critical to the integrity of this event, and we need to make sure that people are who they say they are, and we want to have a government ID is required because we want to make sure that they aren't forging their identification or providing, you know, a false identification in any way.
You are all registered and activated.
Thank you very much.
ArtPrize officials say despite any voting problems they may have had in the past since the beginning of ArtPrize, all of your information has always been solid and secure from day one. That's something that was very important to them. Voting for the top 10 does close tomorrow night at midnight, and when I spoke with ArtPrize officials earlier this evening, they said the race for the top 10 is close and is spread out amongst all of the different neighborhoods in the city. So if you want to get your vote in and make it count, make sure you do it before tomorrow night at midnight. Live in Grand Rapids tonight, Danny Carlson, 24-hour News 8.